शनैः शनैरुपरमेत् बुद्ध्या धृतिगृहीतया आत्मसंस्थं मनः कृत्वा न किञ्चिदपि चिन्तयेत्। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। Introduction to Omkara Dhyana, an inward pilgrimage. Let us think about the vast universe. Imagine its vast size. It is all of space and time and their contents, including planets, stars, galaxies, and all other forms of matter and energy. More than 200 billion galaxies, with each galaxy having billions of stars, and each star having at least one exoplanet. Amongst these, the Milky Way is a galaxy. In it, out of the 100,000 million stars, the Sun is a star, around which 9 huge planets revolve. Our Earth is the third planet from the Sun. It's a wonder, isn't it? Now let us think about the Earth. It is the only planet supporting life. 71% of the Earth is water and the rest is land. Both water and land are inhabited by animate and inanimate entities, animals and human beings. Among the animals, there are invertebrates and vertebrates. Human beings fall in the second category. Now, human beings can be roughly divided into 2 types. One half of the population suffers from excessive action. They are always stressed. They lead a fast life, keep themselves very busy, always hurrying, and are irregular in their routine personal work. They do not know how to cope up with time. They belong to the hyperactive group. In medical terms, hyperactivity means having increased movement, a shorter attention span, and being easily distracted. They are unable to concentrate, aggressive, fidgety, constantly moving, wandering, talking too much. They find it difficult to participate in quiet activities such as reading. So, tension of body and mind mark this group. Now, the other half of the population consists of extremely lethargic, slow and dull, demotivated, depressed personalities, termed as hypoactive. Hypoactive in medical terms means behavior which is more of sleepy and not making eye contact, confusion and disorganized thinking, and so on. Thus, misery and apathy mark this group. Now, both the groups have imbalance in their body as well as mind. Compared to the perfect balance in all the inhabitants of nature, there is imbalance only in the human species. The result of such imbalance gives rise to lopsided growth, resulting in social conflicts, agitation, divorce, wars, and frictions of all kinds. Worldwide at present, this is what is happening. Among the humans, body, mind, intellect, emotion and spirit do not appear to be integrated at all. They pull him in different directions. How can one cope up with such a situation? It goes to the credit of Indian seers that they have provided the technique called yoga for spiritual growth for every type of personality. Taking up a yogic life can solve the problems to a great extent. For the emotional man, there is Bhakti Yoga, the path of emotion culture. For the intelligent and the inquisitive man, the Jnana Yoga, the path of channelizing the intellect. For the man of will, there is Raja Yoga, the science of mastery over mind. And for the man of action, there is the path of right action or Karma Yoga. A yogic way of life leads to awareness of the fact that one is connected to not only one's own self but to the entire universe. Understanding this fact is the goal of one's life. Yoga trains the mental, intellectual system to understand the multidimensional inner self. Yoga is a method of integration. Thus, yoga is a means of expansion of dimension of our awareness. As Swamiji says, each soul is potentially divine. The goal of life is to manifest this divinity within. Do it either by work or worship, psychic control or philosophy, by one or more of all of these, and be free. Unquote. That freedom or perfectness can be attained through yoga alone. An ancient Indian sage, Maharshi Patanjali, a great rishi who did extensive study of the human body and mind, inferred that the human mind is a wonderful asset by controlling which one can control everything in the universe. He formulated a technique of controlling the mind. This technique, called Ashtanga Yoga or Raja Yoga, comes under his teachings called Yoga Darshana Shastra, written in 196 sutras or aphorisms. It is also known as Patanjali Yoga Sutras. The 196 sutras again have been divided into 4 chapters or padas, namely Samadhi Pada, Sadhana Pada, Vibhuti Pada and Kaivalya Pada. The technique of Ashtanga Yoga is included partly in Sadhana Pada and partly in Vibhuti Pada. Now the first anga or limb of Ashtanga Yoga deals with Yama, or the 5 divisions of discipline, a set of don'ts or ethical vows which have a great social relevance for strengthening interpersonal relationships. Sadhana Pada, verse 30, lists the yamas as ahimsa, that is, non-injuring of any being by thought, word or deed. Satya, perfect truthfulness in thought, word and deed. Asteya, or non-covetousness. Brahmacharya, perfect chastity in thought, word and deed. And aparigraha, non-possessiveness. The second limb or component of Ashtanga Yoga is called Niyama, which includes virtuous habits, behaviors and observances. They are a set of do's, a stimulant for positive action such as cleanliness and austerity. Practicing Niyama leads to intrapersonal discipline of the practitioner. Sadhana Pada, verse 32, lists the Niyamas as Saucha, or purity or cleanliness of mind, speech and body. Santosha, contentment. Tapa, persistent perseverance and austerity. Swadhyaya or self-study. Ishvara Pranidhana or contemplation of Ishvara, the divine ideal of pure awareness. Now practicing of both Yama and Niyama leads to value-based life or dharmic life. The third limb constitutes asanas, not physical exercises but techniques of positioning one's body in a particular way. Sadhana Pada verse 46, 47 and 48 defines asanas. Controlling the vital force of the fundamental force of life through controlling the breath is the fourth limb. It is called pranayama. Sadhana Pada 49 verse mentions about pranayama. The 50th and 51st verse 2 defines pranayama. The benefits of practicing asana and pranayama also have been mentioned in the Yoga Sutras in verses 48, 52 and 53 of Sadhana Pada. Practical measures to sever the agitating influence the senses have on the mind. We have the fifth limb, pratyahara. It is defined in the Sadhana Pada verse 40, 54 and 55. The process of learning meditation or dhyana starts with practice of pratyahara. Now the first 5 limbs helps to control the mind indirectly from without and constitute the Bahiranga Yoga. Hence, practice of asana, pranayama and pratyahara keeps the body complex in a fit condition and help in tuning the 5 karmendriyas, 5 jnanendriyas and the vital force prana, preparing the practitioner for the next 3 limbs, which are dharana, dhyana and samadhi. These 3 limbs constitute the Antaranga Yoga. Vibhuti Pada verse 1 gives the definition of dharana. Dharana is concentration, locks consciousness on a single area. Vibhuti Pada verse 1 gives the definition of dharana. Dharana or concentration locks consciousness on a single area. Dharana is forceful concentration of the mind on a single thought, or it is holding one's mind onto a particular inner state, subject or topic of one's mind. It is the 6th limb. Dharana leads to dhyana. By consistent practice of dharana, one's flow of awareness becomes continuous and effortless, and that stage is dhyana. Vibhuti Pada verse 2 defines dhyana as uninterrupted train of thought current of cognition, flow of awareness. Dhyana is total concentration and total relaxation of the mind. It is the 7th limb. Dhyana is contemplating, reflecting on whatever dharana has focused on. That is important. Patanjali defines meditation or dhyana as the mind process where the mind is fixed on something and then there is a cause of uniform modification of knowledge. Vibhuti Pada verse 3 defines the final limb, which is samadhi, where a person is in a state of total awareness, total bliss, the highest that the human system is capable of achieving. It is a stage ahead of dhyana, when the need of subject or object ceases and one continues experiencing the awareness. Sama plus dhi where buddhi or intellect becomes sama or steady and uninterrupted, and when one experiences inner joy or ananda. In the next class, we shall focus on details of dharana and dhyana and gradually proceed towards Omkara.